Today's edition of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox is brought to you by Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market.
Hold the Mayo. It's time for Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. Find out what's being served with Mike, Defo and Lubie, the only show that covers food, sports, and the proper maintenance of your car. And now, a man who had the distinction of having an entire health clinic named in his honor, Mike Mayo.
I want the flim sauce with the Amazinf with shafafa on the side.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another edition and a new, fresh episode, fresh week of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox at one of the great places in South Florida. It is iconic. It is Delaware Chicken and Seafood Market in Hollywood, along one of Defo's favorite strips. Not just one, but two casinos along 441 right across the street. How are you, Defo? It seems like it's been a minute.
I'm good. I'm overwhelmed here by the presentation. Well, we know Gene, the dancing machine. I mean, he's come up big here. I can't believe we walked in and have what essentially is, I mean, are you being bar mitzvahed or something? What's going on here?
Here's what's happening. It's the holiday season. We're getting in the holiday and winter spirit with all kinds of things that you could load up your holiday party table with here from Delaware. It's not just chicken and turkeys for Thanksgiving. It's not just stone crab and things for the Feast of the Seven Fishes for Christmas Eve. It's for your party season. Look at this. This is the chicken dip, the buffalo chicken dip, which I love. I think he's got the turkey chili that you love.
That is fantastic.
We're going to have Gene, the cooking, grilling, and frying machine.
Never ignore the cream spinach here either.
It's got cream spinach, and we've got a whole bunch of things. We got, I think it's conch fritters. I think we got some fried shrimp. I think we got some fried chicken wings, boneless wings, some other orbs of indeterminate seafood deliciousness, but we're going to take a bite and figure it out as soon as Gene gets out here. Jose, I was in touch with, they had a bang-up Thanksgiving week, and I know a lot of people on the Let's Eat South Florida group are all jacked up because they bought their birds here, and it was just fantastic. Did you buy your Thanksgiving turkey here at Delaware Seafood Market? Is it worth every penny?
I'm a caterer.
She says she's a caterer. Nobody can hear you, but I'm going to repeat it and translate.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I'm doing a party for BMW, and
She's doing it.
Chicken Farm.
Okay, good. She works with Delaware Chicken Farm. She's a caterer. She does big corporate parties, and she swears by it. What's your name? Michelle. Okay. Ex-wife's name, but we'll let that slide. Enjoy. All right, Defo. Hey, you know what? It's better than having some cop come on saying that the killing should be. Oh my God, that was a little bizarre.
That was a friend of Louie's, I think, from Homestead.
I did not know that.
That was a little bizarreness on the morning
The guy
show.
sounded like he was hunting deer. I mean,
Yeah, it was weird.
that was a strange case in New York, the Daniel Penny case. Anyway,
Yeah, I mean, a lot of strangeness going on in New York. That's why I avoided New York, Defo, and I went to Beantown.
I saw you were. I mean, were you sentenced to die or something? You ate like you were going to the chair.
I always eat like I'm going to the chair, especially when I'm on vacation. And but you know, I kind of stirred the pot a little bit on the Let's Eat group this morning because here's my observation, Defo, and you're well traveled soul. You know, all these people who get on there all this time and say, "Oh, you can't get pizza like New York. You can't get bagels like so. You can't get Chinese food like I love Boston Chinese food." And it's like, you know what? I ate Chinese food. I ate pizza. I had a burger. I went all over the place, and I had a lot of very good meals. But I was saying, you know what? I can find just as good or better in South Florida. That's not to degrade Boston. It's just to say that all those people who are whining about the South Florida food scene, you need to get a grip. It's not always better. The grass isn't always greener or greener, as they say in the Fenway.
Exactly.
There's good and bad everywhere. There's mediocre. But I had a lot of good meals, that's for sure. But I just was remarking that, you know, there was a place I went to yesterday, Santarpio's Pizza, renowned in East Boston. I used to go there. They have these great grilled steak tips, which is a Boston thing, grilled sausage. But the pizza itself was like, you know, and like the sauce was good, the cheese was good, but the crust and it was puffier than I remember. It had no flavor. I wasn't going to denigrate it. I still liked the place. It was very conveniently located next to the airport, but I could think of 5 or 6 pizza places around town down here in South Florida where I might rather go for a pizza pie. So I don't know. Is that heresy to say that?
I don't think South Florida takes a back seat to any place in the
Bingo.
country when it comes to the dining scene. Such variety, so many different places, many of which are of high quality. Some cities you go to, you'll have a half a dozen Italian joints that you would visit. Maybe bagel places, whatever, pizza. Here we have zillions of them. I mean,
Yep.
you can go to almost any corner of South Florida. We've said this many times over the 3 years we've been doing a show, and you can go down. Just yesterday when I was at the Pompano Tennis Center. I mean, we're within a quarter mile. You got 10 good places to get just about everything.
It's ridiculous when you go down to Lauderdale by the Sea, where you do your walk of life.
Yep.
I mean, we have a couple of our great sponsors. I mean, Even Keel Fish Shack, their seafood, the creativity and the quality, unparalleled. I mean, in a very casual setting, right across the street, Taco Craft for kind of like a creative version of some of the classic
I got a good
Mexican.
report on the place that replaced Mulligan's.
Okay.
Our friend. I'm not sure what level I would respect his opinion because we haven't dined together. And the guy seems like he's on his game, former New Yorker. And he said that it starts with a P. I can't remember the exact name of the place. But, Pier something.
Pier, because it's like the name of the 2/3. I don't
So
know.
he said
what
it was
is.
great. Yeah. So
And that's
and
a
that's
place.
one of more than a dozen
There's
places
like,
there.
24 places in that 3-4 block radius. Kesey's, I got to get in there for the Greek, and the chip fried chicken is supposed to be great.
Kesey's is great.
And
no doubt.
But that place that you're talking about, Pier, that took over Mulligan's.
Yeah.
The two people that took it over, one of them runs one of the best bakeries, Italian bakeries in town, the one that's on Las Olas. Whose name, of course, escapes me right now because I am an older
you're jacked up.
individual.
I've never seen you so enthusiastic.
Well, no,
on the
it's
show.
good to get away. You know what? It's good to travel.
I think
it kind of
needed a little
energizes
refreshing break. Yeah.
It definitely energizes you for a little bit. What's the name of the freaking bakery down there? They do their bread. Joey uses their bread. It'll come to me in a minute at Cafe Seville. But the new place, it's owned by the owners of this bakery and another restaurateur, and supposedly they're doing a bang-up job. I haven't been in there yet. It's on my list.
Guy I know is a guy named Steve. He says the meatballs are absolutely outstanding. He's a meatball connoisseur. And he skeptically said when somebody said they were getting meatballs from there. And they had a great deal on on a platter much like this, $35.
Oh, wow.
Pier 14
Pier 14
Sales is the name
highly
of
recommended.
that pretty much new establishment. And now it's going to drive me nuts, Defo.
I'm glad I brought it up then.
You know what? Do you ever get to that point? I guess it happens in your 50s where you're just like, it's on the tip of your tongue.
It happens to me.
I've been there 100 million
Uh-huh.
times, and I just can't remember the freaking name of it. And it's like world famous. And here we go. It's going to be Gran Forno, of course.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Gran Forno. The owners of Gran Forno are the ones that are operating that Pier 14. So,
Highly recommended. And, just on that corner alone, you have Aruba, you have Vinny's, which is very popular. Many other places.
The burger place.
Billy Jack
Billy
Shack.
Jack Shack is
Great.
great. Yeah. And again, so that's why
Spada's is over there.
anybody who, if you're going to badmouth not only the United States of America, but South Florida, I mean, the restaurant scene here.
How can you, complain? People that are on Let's Eat South Florida say you can't get this, you can't get that. They're just flat out missing out on life because I think it's as good as anywhere. I mean, I've lived in L.A., I've lived in New York, I've been to just about every city in the country that you can think of, and I don't think, like I said, this
we
doesn't
hold
take
the
a back seat to
no
anybody.
one.
Nobody,
We're gonna
yeah.
go later today. Me and Lubie, we're doing the double header. I think we're doing the 12 days of Christmas with the 12 shows of the Lunchbox. I think
Nice.
we're cramming in 12 shows in 12 days because we want to have a little break in between the Christmas and New Year's holiday. We're gonna have a couple of shows loaded up like acorns with squirrels, and we're just gonna be unloading all those little treasures all throughout the holiday season. A couple of encore editions. Yesterday, we did the encore edition while I was enjoying my 3-day weekend of the great lamb roast that we had at Taverna Kima. And again, that's going to be the first day of every month on through season. So about through April, first Sunday gang up there. They were involved in a Let's Eat brouhaha the other day.
It seemed a little lame that created that much.
People are crazy,
That
right?
much conversation on that. I mean, look, it happens. People, they order something, and turns out it's off the happy hour menu, and
I
wasn't sure what to make of it.
People-
It's much like that call we got today on the other show.
People always say that I'm a restaurant apologist. No, I'm a journalist. I'm a fair-minded person. And whenever somebody comes on in a heated way saying, "Oh my God!" And this waitress, they didn't give me the happy hour wine, or they didn't tell me that this wine was more expensive. And then I tried to get the lower price, and they wouldn't do it. And then this waitress kept yelling and arguing at me. Well, I wonder what the woman maybe said to her that maybe triggered the waitress. So
There was no satisfying that person.
I put a comment to the effect of, gee, I would really love to hear the server or manager's perspective on how events transpire, because sometimes
stuff happens.
Stuff happens. There's miscommunication. Life's too short to get worked up over $8, but some people do it, Defo.
Well, what was weird was the guy, whoever wrote that, said not only did he pay for the wine, but that he never wrote an unfavorable review.
It was a she.
Okay.
And I looked up her history. She did not have any unfavorable reviews.
Okay.
So she was telling the truth in that regard.
Well, was she entitled to be upset? Maybe.
Yes.
I mean, if a waitress or a server is badgering you after the fact, then I think that's uncalled for. But it didn't strike me, having met Sophia and seeing the way they operate. I can't imagine that that would have been something that they would have put up with.
Something seems
tolerated
a
from
off.
one of their employees.
That was one of, and
especially
Lubie,
since the manager
see that
supposedly
post
got
yesterday. No. Meanwhile, we got Gene is making his way out here. We're going to get the full rundown of everything. But again, so the next lamb roast is going to be at Kima on Sunday, January 5th.
Nice.
We're doing a doubleheader at one of the finest restaurants later today with one of the best chefs in the country. It's been recognized by James Beard Foundation, Tim and Baloo, his wife Marissa, at the Catherine in downtown Fort Lauderdale. We're going to be there about 3:30. They open for their dinner service at about 5. But we're going to get in and catch up with Tim because he's having a Visit Lauderdale Food and Wine Festival special intimate dinner. And so we're going to be covering a lot of ground in the next few days. Defo, it's going to be fast and furious.
Very nice.
And we're going to start off right here at Delaware Chicken and Seafood, 4191 North State Road 7 in Hollywood. Before we welcome Gene in and get through all this stuff, and did you have a little, you've had a couple of bits of bites?
I was a little concerned about having a ball.
I love this. It's the buffalo chicken dip, and all you do is you kind of you just kind of heat it up in an oven. It comes in this foil tray, and is the hit of any holiday party. I know because I've brought it to a couple.
How
of
handsome
holiday
Gene
parties.
looks today. What are you doing, kid?
I'm jacked up, Gene. I'm here, and it's great to be here for the holiday season. How are you?
I'm good. How you guys doing?
You're smiling like a man who just unloaded 10,000 turkeys during Thanksgiving week or something like that.
I'm still sore. I got back spasm, shoulder sore everywhere. I'm trying. I had to go for a massage last night.
That's good because it means you're working hard and working honestly. And how did it all go? I mean, because I was in here on that Tuesday morning and it was already getting crazy, but you survived the Tuesday and Wednesday before the big day.
Yeah, we did. Everything went well. We actually, we could say it went better than past years.
Yeah, no, it seemed really smooth.
It was smooth, and we didn't have any major problem. And with the customers, maybe one little problem here and there, but everything was.
You guys are so efficient. And again, I love it when I walk in and I see Doug Carter, of course, one of co-founding family of Delaware Chicken and Seafood, working the counter for all these holidays.
He doesn't want to go home.
No, and I can't blame him because he has so many friends here and he loves to greet people. Yes. And always good to see his smiling face, and it's always good to see your smiling face. And now we're into it, the holiday party season, the actual holidays coming up. What's cooking here, and what did you get going for us today?
I just bring samples of, a couple samples of what people could get from us during the holidays, and we have it all. We got the shrimp platters, stone crab platters, we have wing platters, we have the soup, like you can see. Cream spinach.
What do we got? You got the cream spinach, and then this is
the chowder. This is the stone crab chowder.
The stone crab chowder is one of those things that you don't see everywhere. But of course, here with the plentiful supply of stone crabs, you make your own chowder. Yeah. And then is that Defoe's favorite? Is that
that's the lobster bisque?
Oh, lobster bisque.
Oh, nice. That's the lobster bisque. We have that. We have conch chowder. We have plenty. I just pick a few.
Turkey chili is his
I have turkey
number one.
Chili too. And then we have the Manhattan clam chowder.
Yeah, when there's a chill in the air, and it's been nice and chilly the last few weeks,
especially right now, you could stop by, get Get your chicken soup, fresh chicken soup, fresh chicken, fresh
Yeah,
chili,
chicken
turkey
noodles,
chili.
chili.
Yeah, and then the soups we have plenty full of them.
It's all here. All right,
Yes.
and I'm breaking in a new microphone. I'm going to get
Now,
the soup
how
all
do you
over.
the conch fritters? Order them in advance and they're all cooked up, or how do you?
We do have them already pre-made.
Oh.
Just come in and then grab some.
Oh, those are great.
or-
Perfect.
Yeah, they could call in, and then if they want them a little bit hot, we could make it for them as well.
I see fried shrimp here. What are these balls near the edge?
These are the crab cake made with
Oh.
fresh real crab meat. This is not fake crab meat. This is real crab meat, the crab cakes. And we also have the coconut shrimp. That's the royal red shrimp. And then we bread them with some our homemade coconut breading. And then we deep fry them. Also, same breading we use on some chicken tenders. That's breaded coconut chicken tenders. So all these items people can order them from.
It's all
really?
It's all good. It's all for the holiday parties, platters. I got to go to one on Friday night, Defo. Are you holding one for the boat parade this Saturday, right?
I have a little boat parade thing planned, so
We
we'll see
might
what
have
happens
to
with
make
that.
some arrangements
Mm.
and get some of this refined
Just
product.
give
Wow,
me-
I mean that
just
would
give
be
me
a
a call.
giant hit.
The
The
that buffalo chicken.
Buffalo chicken.
This is
Dip
pretty good
is
for the
unbelievable.
game for any party.
Wow.
Yeah, you just need some people want like some crackers. Some people use it with some celery,
You could do it with the nacho chips and stuff like
nacho.
that.
Yeah,
It's really
different,
good.
Different way to use
It's
it.
perfect
It's
for
good. It's good.
football season, playoff season, the big game coming up.
No, Mayo, you're onto something. Here.
This
great.
is, and again, if you just want to be the hit of any holiday party, depending on the size of the crowd, show up with a couple of different tins. You have different sizes for different
If you
parties.
call me ahead of time, I have them in this size, make it easy for people. But
Right.
if you call me ahead of time, I could get a bigger
Oh, like a
size.
platter.
ready
Oh,
for you.
nice.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. And again, the number here to call in case people want to get those holiday platters and orders going is
954-983-6831, 954-983-6831. You could.
look at that. He's
Call
so well
us.
trained.
Is this a Gene creation here?
Yes,
That's
actually,
a great recipe, man.
yes, actually, yes.
It's a good dish. I mean, it's
Sometimes you hear the word buffalo this or buffalo that, and they overwhelm you with the heat. This
Yeah.
has the heat, but I mean it's a creamy, absolute
I'm glad you like
synthetic.
it. Yeah.
Synthesis of flavors here that just absolutely delightful.
I'm
Really good.
dripping everywhere, but I'm going in for a
That's
little
all
of the
right.
lobster
That's all right.
bisque. You know, I was just up in Boston, and I actually did not have any chowder or bisque up there because
How was that?
first
possible?
night was cold, but then it warmed up. It was like 46 degrees when we were walking around yesterday.
Wow,
We
it's bisque weather. What are you talking about?
46.
46 is still cold.
It's
We're in the 70s and I want this.
When we're in our 50s and
Yeah,
we were
bisque, yeah.
jackets, so
Are you kidding me?
that's
it's all a matter of perspective. On Friday night, the wind chill was 16,
uh-huh.
and we were bundled up and a little bit cold. But yesterday, by the time it warmed up to 46, I was in my shorts and ready to have some ice cream. So it was all good.
Ice cream in the cold.
I tell you what, let's take our first break, and then we'll come back and talk more with Gene about. I see the price of stone crabs
Yeah.
has plummeted.
Yeah.
The large are now below $40, $39.99,
Oh, wow.
and that is a deal. I know you sometimes kind of wonder about the value proposition. I've never wondered about the deliciousness of the stone crabs.
No,
here.
no one could argue that.
But yeah, we're going to talk about the way the stone crab market has been going this year, and
That's
it's
good, yeah.
favorable for
Wow,
stone
that's-
crab
that's
consumers,
unusual.
especially here at Delaware. They look beautiful. I'm going to pick up a couple of pounds for myself and Val for later in the week or today, but we'll do that in a minute after these words from Delaware Chicken and Seafood Market right here, the home of freshness for over 60 years in the heart of Hollywood, 4191 North State Road 7. We'll be back after these words with more with Gene. For the finest poultry and the freshest fish, Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market, located at 4191 North State Road 7 in Hollywood, open 7 days. Since 1951, a South Florida tradition for stone crab in season, Thanksgiving turkeys, holiday feasts, and everyday eating. Great steaks, house-made sausage, and prepared foods, too. Delaware is not just a market, it's a celebration of taste, quality, and old-fashioned customer service with a smile. Sign up for their weekly email flyer at DelawareChicken.com and tell them Mike Mayo and the Lunchbox sent you. When the Brooklyn boy in me wants a great bagel with lox, matzo ball soup, deli sandwich, and rugelach, you know where I go? Grandpa's Restaurant in Dania Beach. It's a South Florida institution since 1957 that was revamped a few years back by a pair of New York bagel baking legends. Full deli and appetizing case with spreads, salads, and platters for takeout and catering. Grandpa's is near Federal Highway just north of Sterling Road, open 7 days for breakfast and lunch. Go eat and enjoy. It's Mike Mayo's Lunchbox approved. For the finest and authentic Greek cuisine, Taverna Kima is the place to go. 6298 North Federal Highway in Boca Raton. It's been around for nearly 2 decades. Every day is a feast with grilled lamb and fish, house-made spinach pie and moussaka, gyros, traditional dips, mezes, with soft, warm pita. It's open 7 days for lunch and dinner with happy hour daily from 3 to 6 p.m., indoor, outdoor, private dining, and they are now featuring a monthly lamb roast brunch on the first Sunday of every month. So celebrate life at Taverna Kima. For reservations and information. Looking for great seafood that's a little further inland? Luke's Seafood and Grill. That's Luke's with a C. 5511 South University Drive in Davie. Luke and Roxy, they're a great couple with great food. It's a mom and pop shop bringing the freshest fish and seafood to Western Broward. Some of the best jambalaya and fish cakes around. And Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? You can find his famous Scoobies, those sauteed crab claws, right there on the specials board most days. Oh, so good. So take a trip to University just north of Sterling today. Lunch, dinner, closed on Mondays. Tell them Mike Mayo's Lunchbox sent you. When people come to me and say, Mike, where should I go out to eat? I got guests coming from out of town. Where should we go? Cafe Seville. That's the answer. 2768 East Oakland Park Boulevard. It's a Fort Lauderdale perennial. Serving the finest in Spanish and continental cuisine in a cozy, friendly, comfortable setting. Joey Esposito and Sally, his better half, they've been running the place for a long time. It's been open since the 1980s. They got great Spanish classics like paella, shrimp with garlic sauce, and all kinds of great seafood dishes. The stuffed veal chop, oh, that's my favorite. Go to Cafe Seville. It's open every day but Sunday at 5 p.m. for dinner. Tell them that. All right, we're back on the Lunchbox. We're here at Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market right in Hollywood, State Road 7, just near the intersection of Sterling Road, right across from the old Seminole Bingo Hall, now known as Seminole Classic Casino. Can't miss it. There's a big chicken on the roof. And again, the place to go for quality poultry, steaks, seafood, fish, and, of course, prepared items like what we have in front of us. And during the break there, Gene, I had a chance to eat one of your crab cakes, and it's a little bit unusual because most of the time you see crab cakes, they're like in kind of flat hockey puck form, but you've got them in like little balls, and they are really, really good, especially with that remoulade sauce. Job well done. You say you just use nothing but Maryland crab meat, nice blue meat.
Blue crab cake, blue
Nice.
crab, and then I would just mix it with some crab cake classic and a little mayo. Put a little bit of cornmeal in there to
Yeah, nice
have it
crunch
cooked.
on the outside, that
Yes.
coating.
and then we'll just fry it.
And now I'm going in on the again. Do you recommend the remoulade sauce for the conch
Yeah.
fritter
Oh,
as
yeah,
well?
absolutely.
It goes
Yeah.
well with the comforters.
I think this remoulade goes well with
Mhm.
everything.
Yeah.
including, you know.
It's almost like the South Florida mustard sauce. You could put it on chicken.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
You know what? This is a very pleasant surprise. I'm
No,
feeling
the
a little
chicken
happy to. No,
tender is-
just the conch.
Oh, the conch is great, isn't it?
Yeah, real good.
It's
Yeah.
really good. Like
No,
it's
some-
really tender.
Many times I bite into a conch fritter and all I get is
Yeah, and you
batter,
know-
and I was like, "Where's
Yep.
the conch?" This one I just pulled out.
And it's usually really chewy. On
Yeah.
top of that, when you do get to the
Oh,
conch,
it's like you're eating, pig's feet or something.
Yeah.
It's,
No,
all
it's
just chunks.
fantastic.
There's
It's
a
the good
whole-
conch
there's a
fritters I've
gap
ever
where
had.
the
There's a-
whole conch piece just came
Yes,
out.
come right to you, huh?
There's a ton of conch, and it's really tender. Like
That's
it's
a
as
good
good a conch
fritter.
fritters I've ever had. Like
Yes.
Then the shrimp are fantastic. They're big shrimp. They're plump, and they're not overwhelming. Because a lot of the time when you do the shrimp, when it's like this with the sweet sauce, it's mostly breading and barely any shrimp. This is the opposite. It's mostly shrimp, not that much breading. It's really well done. Like we know about the chicken, the fried chicken, the roasted chicken. So
Roasted, we've always
I
loved
know
that.
you guys do things here. I didn't realize you actually will make a platter
Yeah, we'll.
of this level, which is fantastic. The chicken, again, very lightly breaded, really moist. Like this, that's a nice platter for any kind of party. especially
Any
if you're
kind of
throwing
event. Yes, sir.
crab cake too on top of that. Like, and they're handhelds. Everything's a handheld.
I don't want to give anybody any hints out there, but the boat parade is this Saturday. Defo annually hosts a little parade because he's along the intracoastal and the parade route. But if you get invited, like if you're going to try to work your way into a waterfront property, because obviously that is prime real estate during the boat parade, don't show up empty-handed. It's always best, forget a bottle of wine because they can get wine anywhere. If you want to like really win your way back into their hosts' hearts and also a repeat invite, show up with a platter from right here at Delaware Chicken Seafood.
This is ideal for that sort of, or for any party. If you're having a holiday party.
And even
now, if you're ordering a platter like this, what's the process and about? I mean, do you have them in different sizes, whatever? I mean,
You usually you tell me how many people you hosting,
Okay.
and then I'll tell you.
so this would
what-
be for. Well, I mean, we're
what
three of
you
us,
need. Yeah,
but it looks to me like it could easily be
one
for,
Mike Mayo,
like 8 people, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
That's like 8 people.
8
I
normal
would say
people,
so.
or one of me for a lunchbox show.
No, you couldn't finish that all.
No,
day.
I couldn't.
There's no way.
No, this is a nice platter. Again, if you have this, you show up.
But so well done.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Let's talk about these stone crab prices because my jaw dropped when I saw, I did another happy dance because these beautiful large stone crabs, and you guys get beautiful big product. To see it in the 30s again is happy day. What's been happening with the supply and demand?
And they've been catching plentiful, so once the price drops,
We
pass it on to the customers.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, this is how
In
we
real
do it.
time. I
It's not-
appreciate that you're doing it in real time.
Yeah, it's not that like, we hold on to the stone crab, whatever price it was, and then we
Yeah,
keep
because
it.
people don't. Look, people, especially if that's where it's at, right? They're already paying
That's
it.
exactly.
A lot of companies would go, all right, we're getting it. Well, we see it in the supermarkets. Like, we're getting that price. Why not keep doing it? That's something we talk about all the
This
time.
is
No.
the
you guys.
positive side
Yeah,
of
we-
MP market price,
Yes.
which usually
It
makes
can fluctuate.
Defo shudder
Yes.
It
in
makes most of
fear,
us
but
shudder.
my
market
favorite
price
terms.
now, when the market
Yeah.
is favorable,
We go with the market. Whenever the market is the price is high, the customer will pay a high price. But if the
Yes.
market goes down,
It's good that you get
they're
both
gonna
sides.
they're
of it.
gonna
they
get the
pass
saving.
along the savings to you.
They're
And
gonna
I
get
am
the
going to be,
savings.
I'm a journalist. I was a journalist. I don't know what I
You're
am
not
now.
now.
Entrepreneur.
Let the record
Yeah.
show that when the stone crab season opened and demand is high and everybody's waiting to get their first catch of the season, it was about $49. Now it's $10 less. Let me do some quick math
Is that
there,
right?
Defo. That's a
That's great.
20% price drop
Yeah.
in a
That
little
was
over a
quick.
month.
It was like a month.
Which, I'm also going to guess that when it comes around to Christmas Eve
It'll
and
go up again.
New Year's Eve, the market will be a little bit tighter.
Yeah,
and the
a little bit.
supply will
Supply,
But
be
demand,
usually by $1 or $2.
Yeah.
Usually
Okay.
by $1
That's
or
fine.
$2. It's not going to
Okay.
be that high.
Hopefully, it won't be that high. It's good. It's good that the supply is plentiful, and look, everybody has their luxuries and indulgences. I love stone crab. I think they're worth
Nothing wrong with that.
every penny. We talk about some other things like the white truffles that we find at our friend Casa D'Angelo. These are,
They're
like kind of
extravagant luxuries. That's what they are.
seasonal, once a year things, and I kind of like to feel alive by splurging, maybe in a way that I don't usually do, especially on things like a white truffle from Alva or a beautiful stone crab from local waters. So I say live a little. And it's easier to live a little when you have a little cash too. So
That helps. Yes. That definitely helps.
after selling
That's
house-
reasonable though. I mean,
That is for sure.
the $40 on the large stone crabs.
$39.99. It's
Yeah.
in the
Solid,
30s.
yeah.
Very
It's
nice.
like when you get on the scale and it says 199 and it begins with a 1.
Mhm.
I wouldn't know that feeling anymore, but it's a beautiful thing. So I'm glad that the market has leveled out for those who love stone crab. And of course, you got everything here for the season. I mean, the shrimp,
Yes, we got
Feast of the Seven Fishes. A lot of people, I know I only
Yes.
come here for that. I get all my stuff.
You got to call us for the 7 fishes, and then we also have a variety of wine, and we just started carrying the champagne.
Oh, you have
We have-
bubbly?
Yeah,
I didn't even
we
see
got
that.
champagne right now, so we ready.
Nice.
So just call us or come in and then get your holiday item from us.
All the provisions for the
We're
holidays.
ready for you.
It's all good. All right. Well, I am looking forward to it. Do you want to help us do the contest tiebreaker every week when we go to Gulfstream on Fridays? We have a contest for their Sunday
I
brunch.
thought that was your medication.
No, this is not my
I
medication.
was wondering.
These are 2 slips of paper, and I'm going to have, I'm going to put one in each of my hands, and because we have 2 people that we got to do a tiebreaker for, and
Uh-huh.
I'll let you pick it. You don't have to look at it. But basically, yeah, pick one of these slips, and then I'm going to announce a winner. But first, I'm going to say who was in the hat. So this is the slip that Gene picked. What happened here was we had a two-way tiebreaker. The restaurant was a place that serves cotton candy for dessert down on Las Olas. Casa Sensei is the name of the restaurant. I don't know if you've ever been there. But Lubie, have you ever been down there? It's a place I think Shirley would like.
You've talked about it. It sounds amazing.
It has Latin and Asian and sushi. It's kind of a mishmash menu, but the place is fun, and it's right on the canal there. So Casa Sensei was the restaurant. The horse race was a complete mess, Defo. Did you see the feature race, the H. Allen Jerkins 2-mile race Saturday at Gulfstream?
I did not see that one.
Joe Orsano, who is our man Joe Esposito's favorite trainer and trained some of his horses, sprung a 60-1 shot on the field. $132 horse won. Nobody had that.
Not even Joey?
Not even Joey. I don't know if Joey had it, but nobody in the contest had it. But then it came to the second place horse, which, of course, was the favorite, was Utah Beach, number 8. But then there were a couple of scratches. So a whole bunch of people had scratch horses along with the favorite. So there was a whole bunch of people that went to the Dolphin game, but only 2 people picked Dolphins by 6. And they were Dorothy Morell and Arthur Maines. And Arthur, a repeat winner. I think Dorothy has won once before. So those 2 were in the hat. And this is the one that I'll let Gene do the honors of reading the name. And who was this week's winner?
It is Dorothy
Morell.
Nice.
Morell.
Congratulations, Dorothy. You and a guest have won brunch for 2 at the fabulous 10 Palms
Nice. Congrats,
buffet.
Dorothy. That's great.
At Gulfstream. Just let me know which Sunday you want to attend. I'll be notifying you by email. And just a reminder out there, for those of you looking for New Year's Eve places to go, our man Joe Beja at Gulfstream 10 Palms, they're hosting a $99 per person New Year's Eve buffet that includes live music, a band, dancing, and a bubbly toast, sparkling wine toast. That's a good deal for those who like to go out. For those who want to stay home, like me, I just pick up a platter of stone crabs
and
right
enjoy
here.
it at home.
Is that a big night for you guys in terms of you get a lot of people in on New Year's Eve?
New Year's Eve is big.
Yeah. And what's the major things
Stone
that
crab.
Stone crab.
Stonies, okay.
Nothing
Stone
makes
crab.
people feel like they're happy to be.
I would
welcome
recommend
in
any
here.
of these things.
So
New Year's Eve, be
This
great.
platter's amazing.
This works anytime. This stuff.
Yes.
And besides all the holiday stuff, you guys have weekly specials too, right?
Yeah, we do. But because of the holiday, because of Thanksgiving, we didn't put anything on the special.
Okay.
Okay.
We let it, slide. We just allow people to think through to the holiday so they plan better. They party. So right now, we just tell people we're taking orders. Just give us a call. We're going
That's
to take care of that.
They'll
And
take-
then, the earlier is the better because for stone crab especially,
Yeah,
we
sells
never
out.
have enough.
But
It's-
if you
it's always-
call now and say,
Yes.
I need 10 pounds for
Summertime.
Christmas Eve, then they're going to get the supply. Jose will work.
Yeah, we put like a first
Oh, yeah,
we do it on
right.
a first come first serve
Right.
basis. This way-
Jose takes care of his good customers,
he
and the
does.
good customers know
He
to call
does.
in advance. Early birds get the good turkeys, and early birds get the good stone crab
There you
here at
get
Delaware.
these stone crab because
Yeah.
sometimes
You might not get any.
when the people they waited too long.
When
they
it's
may not
gone,
get
it's
it.
gone.
Yeah, when it's gone, it's gone. There's
Yeah.
nothing we could do. What's the purpose of placing an order? They said. I said we always said, hey, there's not enough stone crab to satisfy everybody. So
There's not enough stone crab in the sea. That's why. But again, I would say you're not running weekly specials. I would call $39 for large stone crabs. And
especially
again, the large you have here look like the jumbo at some other
Mhm,
places I've
mhm.
seen. So
and the medium is $34.99. Went down too.
okay, the mediums again a
Mhm.
little bit.
$34.99.
At this point, I would say the play is the large,
Large, right?
because for just $5 more per pound, bigger and
bigger,
they a little bit less work.
Easier to get the
Yeah,
meat out.
a little less work for all that sweet meat.
Yes.
All right, Gene, we're going to let you run, unless you want to stick around and watch me eat some more. But
Maybe I'll come back.
what do you do for the holidays? Are you a guy that kind of chills out on New Year's Eve?
That's all I do because
Yeah.
when we get pounded here, when I get home, there's nothing else you can do. Take a shower,
Pass out.
turn the TV on, and then let the TV watch you.
Nah, watch you.
And now you know what to get him for his Christmas gifts. couple of Advil and some massages.
massage,
I'll
yeah.
get you
Get
some.
a massage
Yeah,
therapy.
that's it.
Yeah,
Thank you. I'm
coupon.
gonna mark that
That's
down on
actually
my
what we're gonna
list.
get you guys. You and I'm sure Jose could
It's
use
all
just laying on
good.
the table and someone rubbing you.
Now,
All
what
good.
else can we do?
Hey, let me
massage
ask.
envy is a real thing. So
For New Year's Day, I know because I have some Haitian friends. Do you make soup jumu and
Oh,
things like that?
yeah.
Yeah.
Usually my wife makes
his
that.
wife, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she doesn't allow me to cook at the house. So
And can you just explain in Haitian culture what is soup jumu and what does it represent for New Year's Day?
the soup jumeau is it's a Haitian tradition because when we were enslaved by the French,
Yep.
and this is something they didn't allow us to have.
Right.
So once we become independent,
It's also Haitian Independence Day.
Yeah.
Happens to be New Year's
Yeah.
Day.
Oh, interesting.
That's when they were
so it's a
basically
way to
liberated.
say, hey,
Screw
this stuff
you.
we could never had while
Yep.
we were slave. Now we can have it. It's you could call it freedom soup.
Right.
Yeah.
It's expression of
Yeah,
freedom.
expression of freedom.
It's actually been declared by the United Nations Cultural Heritage Fund,
Yes.
one of the cultural heritage icon of food,
Yeah,
along with
really.
Neapolitan pizza and also Haitian soup jumu. And there's a couple of
Interesting.
Chinese dishes. Fascinating stuff for the food
Yeah, it's cool.
historians out there. But
it's really, really good.
I love it. But that's one of those things where if you know, you know, and it has all kinds of things. It's made from like pumpkin squash, they put
Yeah.
pasta and all that.
They
So-
put a little pasta. Some people use beef broth and
Yeah.
beef and has meat in there, bone, and then
and some
carrots.
some people make a vegetarian version.
yeah,
too,
some people make it vegetarian.
It's good stuff. But you don't ever make that for here, or
Nah.
Oh, we're gonna have to talk Jose into allowing you to maybe have your wife get a little side hustle going. But I don't know if she wants to.
Maybe.
It's all good. All right, my friend. Have a happy, very Merry Christmas, happy holiday season. You will be seeing my face in here a couple of times because just as you saw me last month for Thanksgiving, I like to stop. I always do my own holiday shopping for the holiday tables at Delaware Chicken and Seafood Market.
Merry Christmas to everybody. Happy holiday. Happy Hanukkah. Happy Kwanzaa.
Happy Kwanzaa. Yes. And this year they all fall together.
Yes.
Christmas Eve is the 24th. I believe the first night of Hanukkah is
25th.
the 25th.
Yeah,
Yes.
yep, yep.
Kwanzaa is the 27th. Oh, and don't forget our favorite holiday, Defo,
Festivus.
Festivus on the 23rd, where we air all the grievances. So it's going to be a fun show. We're going to do a special holiday edition. I don't know where. I got to find the place that maybe
On the beach.
people like to complain
Yeah,
the
exactly.
most.
Yeah, yeah.
That's it.
The beach would be a
Century
nice
Village.
place.
Yeah, that's it. Century Village. Oh, man, it's all good. All right, come on out here again. 954-983. I forgot the rest.
6831.
6831.
Yes, sir.
Call up today for your holiday platters and parties. You'll be the hit of any party. I'm telling you, if you just bring a couple of these tins of the buffalo chicken dip,
Yeah, yeah.
throw a couple
Anything
of
on the
more
table.
of these there.
Yeah, the fried, all of the
And all
fried
the fried
things
stuff is
are
great.
absolutely
Like,
fantastic.
You will automatically get an
And
invite.
don't forget,
back.
we also have those nice cuts of steaks.
Yeah,
Your
grill
crab
out.
ribs.
Oh, and don't
Yeah,
forget
man,
Tony
the
Segredo's
sausage.
favorite, all the house-made sausage,
Sausage great
the
on the grill.
chicken,
Yep, yep.
the traditional pork. They've got everything you can possibly dream of here at Delaware Chicken and Seafood. I don't know when we're going to get Tony back here, but we're going to have to get him back in here soon
For your
because
sausage.
He would have already cleaned out that cabinet. Yeah.
he would have grilled them and eaten them, and yeah, it would have been something. All right, we'll be back with more from Delaware Chicken and Seafood Market on the Lunchbox after these words.
Hey, Lunchbox fans, is it time to sell your business? You've poured your heart and soul into your restaurant or business, and you want to see continue the legacy you have built. Transworld can help. Call me, Andy Cagnetta, at Transworld Business Advisors right now and see if it's time for you to retire and relax. Iconic brands like the Mai Kai, Mulligans, Carlos and Pepe's, Mangoes, and many more turn to Transworld to help sell. Contact Transworld on Facebook or call 954-772-1122 or visit tworld.com. Again, that's 954-772-1122 or tworld.com.
When I'm looking for some wicked good food for a wicked good lunch, there's only one place to go. That's Wicked Cheesesteaks in Fort Lauderdale. It's at 4824 North Federal Highway, just south of Commercial Boulevard and across from Holy Cross Hospital. My friend Brian there, he will hook you up with some really tasty treats. They've got cheesesteaks just like the best you can find in Philly, along with lobster rolls, because that's where he's from, Maine originally. And they have wings and pizza and everything you want to have a really good time. Wicked Cheesesteaks. They're open every day but Tuesday. Check them out online, wickedcheesesteaks.com. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. If you're looking for a great place for steaks, seafood, and more, go to Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. It's at 2500 Griffin Road in Dania, just west of I-95 and the airport. They've been there a long time, since 1949. That means they're doing something right. You'll get old school hospitality from the Studiali family, along with great value, tremendous service. Of course, you could also go into the bar for happy hour every day, 4 to 6, and they have great value all night long. Also, a butcher shop. It's open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. except Sunday. The dining room is open every day at 4:30 except Sunday. Go to Tropical Acres. Tell Southern comfort food from a scratch kitchen, delicious drinks and house-made spirits from a craft bar, a great vibe inside and out with a spacious patio. I'm talking about Batch New Southern Kitchen and Tap, Fort Lauderdale, in the heart of the city at 525 North Federal Highway. It's open 7 days for lunch, dinner, and weekend brunch with classics like fried chicken and waffles and shrimp and grits, and creative items like pecan-crusted salmon and a fried green tomato BLT. And the drinks? Smooth sipping and so good. There's convenient free parking and a garage next door, happy hour at the bar, an entire patio, 4 to 7 Monday to Friday, and live music every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. It's pet and people friendly and with cozy fire pits for when the temperature dips. For reservations and more information, go to batchsouthernkitchen.com. If you like seafood in a comfortable setting, outdoors, even keel fish shack at the corner of A1A and Commercial Boulevard in Lauderdale by the Sea, and also now with a new location on Las Olas Boulevard. Those are my spots. Upscale food and a down-home setting. The chef owners, Dave and Brad, do a terrific job with all the seafood classics that you want. They have the best grilled oysters in town, bang bang shrimp, lobster rolls, and deli fish specials. They also have weekend brunch Saturday and Sunday. They have deli happy hour 4 to 7, and they also have other weekly specials like mussels on Monday and oysters on Tuesday. Go to Even Keel Fish Shack and tell them that the Lunchbox sent you. If you want great Italian food in a beautiful beachfront setting, have I got the place for you. Casa Calabria at the Ocean Manor Resort, 4040 Galt Ocean Drive in Fort Lauderdale. Highly rated across all the restaurant review platforms and totally Mike Mayo's Lunchbox approved. Delicious, authentic Southern Italian food in a cozy dining room overlooking the Atlantic. Live music in the lounge, full bar, and a great wine list. Owner Frank Talrico takes great pride in his family recipes from his native Calabria. Fresh fish and seafood, veal, house-made pastas, and marinara sauces smooth as silk. You gotta try the imported meats and cheeses on the antipasto platters, and don't miss that ricotta gnocchi. Fluffy little pillows straight from heaven. Casa Calabria, open for dinner Tuesday through Sunday, closed on Mondays. Now we're back on the Lunchbox. Here we go. Caught Lubie asleep at the switch. He's just rhapsodizing about these chicken strips and the shrimp. What's not to love here? Again, for all your holiday needs, it's Delaware Chicken and Seafood. We appreciate them so much. Also appreciate our friends Phil and Kate at the Visit Lauderdale Food and Wine Festival. We're going to be doing a doubleheader today at the Catherine, talking about they're having one of their intimate festival dinners there with Timon and some of his special guests, some of his friends from down in the 305, and one of them might be chiming in later today. Maybe a Beard Award winner. We will see what Timon is able to come up with for us, but that's going to be later today. But go online right now or later to vlfoodwine.com to check out the whole festival schedule. You can go to an intimate dinner. You can go to a food kind of hands-on cooking demonstration, a seminar, or you can go to one of the big 5 signature events. And if you do, you can use the promo code Lunchbox for those big 5 events to get an additional 15% off the already low ticket prices. It makes a great gift during the holiday season for the food lover in your life. The big 5 events: Wednesday, cocktail competition; Thursday, Asian team walk and roll; Friday, barbecue competition, new location, open live fire, smoking all day so the competitors can put forward their best fare.
Which is really cool.
Saturday is the grand tasting. That's going to be there at the, was it?
Right on the beach. Yeah,
Las Olas Beachfront
Super
Park,
fun.
they call it. And get this, that sushi chef Ped from S3, who's really kind of up their food, their sushi game there at S3 on the beach. He's going to be breaking down a 300-pound tuna as part of the grand tasting celebration. The TRP, the restaurant.
Bill Parcells coming in?
I don't know. He's 300 pounds is even bigger than me. I can't imagine somebody breaking apart and peeling, and then you'll have the freshest
When you're
sushi.
weighing in at 3 bills, it's time to call Vince McMahon and see if you can get a job there.
Yeah, it's that is the serious Mendoza line for health and lifestyle. But yeah, Pet is going to be doing breaking down a whole fish at the Saturday grand tasting, and Sunday first time event, a ticketed brunch event. Those 5 events, you can get the promo code Lunchbox for extra savings. It's going to be great. Then, of course, later in the day on Sunday is also going to be Family Day, which is free, and that's the one event where kids, people under 21 who are not drinking, are invited, and they'll also have food trucks for food for purchase and all kinds of great activities for the family. That's, again, on Sunday the 19th. It all happens this January 13th through 19th, all around Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, we're here.
VLFoodWine.com for your tickets. All right, let's get back to Boston because, at first I thought Ken might be a little unfair, the professor who filled in for you the last 2 Fridays at Gulfstream.
He must have given you a good time Friday.
When I told him I was going to his favorite city, Boston, he spit out his beer. And do you know what was it about Boston that generally ticks him off so much?
The Patriots. It was the Patriots.
Yeah. A little memory. He hates the Celtics, too.
And he's grown to hate the Celtics. He hated the Patriots.
He doesn't like the Bruins.
And then he grew to hate the Celtics. And he doesn't really like the Red Sox, but he's not Mr. Baseball. So he's the fan, it's the Boston fan, the obnoxious.
And Belichick.
He despises Belichick.
What would happen if Belichick comes here to coach?
Oh, God. He wouldn't root for the Dolphins. He's already openly said it.
Wow.
I mean, I'm not going to lie.
Why would you want Belichick when you have Mario Cristobal?
Right in our backyard.
Jesus.
We don't even have to go far. He doesn't have to even call the
imagine you're the AD who's a guy, he's like a big shot, the AD.
Radakovich.
Yeah. And imagine he's got a choice, Belichick or Mario. And he says, Mario, you got the job.
Well, let me tell you, Ken, I do have to give him a little bit of credit. He's right about one thing. The people in Boston they're just kind of
jerk-offs.
Not the
naturally
friendliest.
surly.
Yeah.
It's just it's funny because it seemed like everywhere we went, even good places with good food, everybody's natural predisposition is to be just a little bit douchey.
That's always Defo's joke about they always look and act like Mickey Ward.
They just even like it took a while for us to get like
they either look like Whitey Bulger or Mickey Ward.
Right.
All of the guys.
Yeah, even in the Chinese restaurant we went for dim sum, they had a cart with a little Jamesons, and it was like an Irish guy that was
every guy looks like he just went 10 with Gotti.
No, but like the first night, and it was cold, and we walked. I poor Val, I made her walk all around. I said, "Oh, this is bracing fresh air," and we headed in the wrong direction. We went down Newbury Street. I thought a couple of restaurants. We had a double back. We cut through they have the public garden and then the Boston Common are right across from each other. But right across from our hotel, a straight shot, was this place. It's kind of like a gastro pub called JM Curly. It should really be named JM Surly because we walk in there and like the 2 bartenders look like he said, they just they were not happy.
Yeah.
And eventually we kind of had struck up a conversation. One of them just must have been the owner and had a bad night. Somebody must have wrote him up on Yelp or the Boston equivalent of Let's Eat.
Yeah.
But we ended up getting a good meal and some good cocktails and a good burger. But everybody was kind of just looking a little pissed off. But I guess maybe it's because it's
The cold.
25 degrees and they have it's not even winter yet.
Yeah, it's like early December. You were like in a snow, and like it looked like a snow flurries, which is crazy for early December.
But no, we did have a good burger at that place, and we had also, it was like some chicken pate. They had some very kind of upscale things,
Okay.
but so that's why I guess they called it a gastropub. But it was a Wagyu tartare that
Okay.
Val likes those things. I just wanted a burger, and it was a smaller burger, but it was exceptional meat, and it was actually cooked to my specified medium rare, and it was an interesting burger because, like Defo, I just love pickles and grilled onions on my burger. This had pickles and grilled onions, and it was a cheeseburger. But
no ketchup.
instead of ketchup, they put on like this. It was like a
remoulade
remoulade sauce,
So it was like a Big Mac.
and it worked. I loved it. I thought it was a great burger.
Which, by the way, was that guy that got popped for whacking the United Healthcare guy? Was he actually eating a McRib sandwich?
The McRib did him in.
Or was that just a meme that somebody put together where he's holding a
No,
box
it's a
of the
Mc-
McRib?
It was 9:45 a.m. I don't think any McDonald's sells McRib at that hour.
Probably
It's
getting
strictly
a-
McMuffin.
Probably
Okay.
getting a McMuffin, yeah.
He must have been a
Or a
McMuffin
sausage
guy.
biscuit.
I'm gonna say this: if the guy was valedictorian of his class,
Yeah,
He was a sharp guy.
he
the
went
whole
to
thing-
University of Pennsylvania,
Yeah. The whole thing.
Ivy League school. He came from a wealthy background,
Yep.
and you would think he'd be smart enough to change his
leave.
looks, shave his eyebrows, very distinctive eyebrows, do something to look different than when he did at the time of
Well, what's weird
the
though, is that
alleged murder.
they had all of these, police detectives and FBI and all of these different agencies had seen a fairly clear picture of his face. And it took some guy that was making Egg McMuffins to recognize him and say, hey, I got the guy right here
These things
in
happen.
Altoona, PA.
People, again, it's a little odd that if a guy, if he had a guilty conscience and he's on the run, wouldn't you just go to the drive-through and keep your mask on? But again, I think
I mean, he had dodged everybody for the better part of a week,
I think
while the entire universe was looking for this guy.
I think on some level he not only wanted to
He
get
wanted to get
caught,
caught,
but he
yeah.
also wants publicity
Yeah.
because, as you mentioned, if you go around with a manifesto in your pocket,
Usually not a good thing.
it usually
Pretty
ties
clear
you
they
to
could
the-
tie you to the crime. Yeah, had the same gun.
I just don't get. And he had memes, so you would think if anyone's gonna leave, it would be that guy. Like
Yeah.
they didn't know his name, so he's not on any watch list, and he had memes. So like, go to a country and chill out for a while. That's crazy to me. Like I don't know.
Again, I don't know the full history. I don't know if there's mental health issues at play. It definitely seems like it because
Obviously,
nobody walks
He's
up and
murdering
just
randoms.
assassinates, executives. But again, a strange story.
Yep.
But done in not by a McRib, but by a McMuffin.
Yeah, honestly.
And,
That was so weird that he was found in that fashion.
man, it is.
It wasn't like Matt and Sweat, the guys that escaped from Dannemora, and they're in the woods somewhere. I mean, the guys at a McDonald's, and nobody else recognized him. The police weren't following. They had no track of this guy. They
Have
knew
you
he
ever-
got on a bus. That was
Have you
about
ever
it.
been to Altoona?
I want to say maybe.
Is it close to Penn State? Is that
Yeah,
like,
it's 40
feels like
minutes
a- it
away.
feels like
Not-
a Penn
yeah,
State.
40
okay?
minutes away.
That's State College, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Well, that was certainly a
That sounds
bizarre whole turn of events. Speaking of bizarre turn of events, I went to an interesting place yesterday. Me and you, let's make $10 million, Defo. You know how we could do it?
Not by the methods I'm using. That's for sure.
All we got to do is solve the art heist crime of the last century. I went to the Isabel Gardner Museum for the first time. Do
Oh,
you
yeah?
know about the Isabel
No.
Gardner Museum
Not a
No.
big
in
museum
Boston?
guy.
No.
We went yesterday, and it's right next to the Museum of Fine Arts in Boston. But this is an adjacent building that's a separate museum.
That wasn't
was-
your idea, was it?
No, that's not.
It actually
He likes
was.
museums, but
I
no,
like
really? You
museums,
pick
and
museum.
I like museums better
I'm
than
fine with museums, but I'm
operas.
not picking them.
and
It sounds like a
symphonies.
pacifying move. I think.
No, well, it was kind of a dreary, drizzling day,
Yes,
so we
so
couldn't
when it's
stay
raining, the museum
outside.
is the move. Yes,
We were able to walk there.
we
You
did
could
the
have gone
freaking
Art
net.
Basel and had the same reaction. That's art.
But I'm getting to the $10 million.
Yeah.
So, and this was put together. Isabel Stewart Gardner was a wealthy patron of the arts that grew up in New York, but ended up in Boston. Put together beautiful. It's like unbelievable interior with like a inside courtyard done in Italian style, and then has 3 floors of all this magnificent art. In 1990, somebody Well, two people dressed up as Boston cops impersonators managed to talk their way in and then bound and gagged the two guards this was at 9 o'clock in the morning. They walked off with 13 pieces of art worth an estimated $500 million.
500 million?
Including some Monets and some Rembrandts.
Oh my God.
And basically, this one room they call the Dutch room, where three of the, I guess it was two Rembrandts and one Vermeer were stolen. They leave it as an empty canvas on the wall and then have a little thing explaining what happened. And they say they leave it as an empty canvas in the hope that one day these pieces of art will be returned.
That's
the
crazy.
museum has upped its reward. It started at 1 million, then it went to 5 million, I think, like 20 years ago. And then in 2017, they've raised the reward to $10 million
That's crazy.
for any information that leads to the capture and arrest of the criminals and the return of the art. What do you think? Me and you, we can sleuth it out, right?
There you
We
go.
could barely find our way here. What are you talking about? And there was free food involved.
Well, I mean, I'm intrigued by it. That's like a story. I don't know.
I think you need to get on it. Maybe shift the change of life, direction.
Yeah.
And you'd be like Mel Fisher, searching for the Atosha, trying to find this stolen art that's buried somewhere.
What I did find at that museum, they have a cafe there. They had an excellent daily special. It was a, what's the cornmeal? Polenta. It was like a grilled.
That was at the museum?
Yeah, that piece was gorgeous. It was like a grilled, or it was like a perfectly crispy piece of polenta. I guess it was fried. I don't know.
How are the prices at the concession center?
That's not bad.
Not
but
bad,
it was
yeah.
like the polenta with a mushroom and kind of like a very light kind of cream sauce. It wasn't overly heavily with some microgreens on. Lubie saw the plate. I
looked
sent
nice.
it to you.
Yeah,
It's a
I was going to ask you
gorgeous
what
plate.
restaurant that was.
And
really
that
nice.
was our kind of little lunch bite that we had yesterday while at the Isabel Gardner Museum. I feel very cultured,
look at
having
you.
been at
Oh,
two
it's good that you did
museums
that.
over the last 3 days. But alas, I will be back to Big Bites soon. Maybe not in front of Tim and later, but certainly at Batch on Thursday. And that brings us to, before we take our final break, we do have one more, right?
Yes, one more break, my friend.
That's
before we
good.
get out
I
of
can
here.
count to 3.
Yeah, you look at you.
Batch, we're going to be at the Delray location on Thursday to hang out with Kevin. And I can't wait to see what he has in store for me. But what Batch has in store for you during this holiday season is all kinds of goodness, including the 12 days of brunch, where they have their fantastic weekend brunch service. They're going to be offering it 12 days in a row at their Fort Lauderdale location. That's right there at 525 North Federal Highway? I should know this thing by
Close
now.
enough.
Yeah, it's in the 500 block, North Federal
Just
Highway,
north of 5th Street.
right across from our friends at Taco Craft in Victoria Park. But Batch, 12 days of
525. Look at
brunch.
you,
There you go.
525 North Federal
525 North Federal Highway. They got the easy parking in the garage next door where you can get 4 hours of convenient free parking. And then you waltz right in and have your brunch. It's going to be going from, I believe, December 23rd all the way through January, I guess, that weekend of January 5th. Somebody do the math, but we'll get more of the details when we see Kevin later on this week in Delray. Delray is also going to be having all kinds of good holiday specials and events. And again, this week is, I think, the Drink for the Tots, Drink for the Kids promotion, where if you bring a wrapped toy, you get a free shot. That's going to be at the Fort Lauderdale location this Friday, I believe, on the 13th. So not an unlucky day, Friday the 13th, for the Batch fans out there. Go bring your wrapped toy, have a shot for the kids. And again, Batch, tell them the Lunchbox sent you. It is a great place for lunch, dinner, and weekend brunch and the holiday season. All right, let's take that last break. We'll wrap up this edition from Delaware Seafood and Chicken Farm in Hollywood. When people ask me about the best restaurants in South Florida, Casa D'Angelo is always at the top of my list. First-class dining, top-flight service, elegant atmosphere, and chef-founder Angelo Ilia is legendary. The flagship in Fort Lauderdale has been serving the finest Italian cuisine since 1997, with other locations in Boca Raton and Aventura. As Angelo himself says, they have an unwavering commitment to unparalleled quality with meticulous attention to details. It's so good, with house-made pastas, pristine seafood, unique meats like elk chops and bison, and seasonal specialties including fragrant fresh truffles from Italy. All locations open 7 days for dinner. Reservations recommended for a special occasion or any occasion. Casa D'Angelo. Tell them Mike Mayo sent you. Delicious Mexican food with innovative twists. Margaritas with a medley of tongue-tingling flavors. I'm talking about Taco Craft, Taqueria, and Tequila Bar. The place to go on Taco Tuesday and every day. It's located at 510 North Federal and Highway in Fort Lauderdale, and also in Lauderdale by the Sea at Plantation Walk, and soon in Coral Springs. Taco Craft has specials every day, including bottomless drinks for a Sunday brunch, and Taco Tuesdays with their $4 premium tacos, including their new burrito tacos with bone marrow broth. Oh, it's so good. They've even made a taco lover out of me, and they've got so much more, including fajitas, that open-faced smashed cheeseburger tortilla that's new, and a guacamole sample that's an explosion of flavors. The kitchen is open late. There's delivery and takeout. For more information, go to tacocraft.com. Tell them Mike Mayo the Lunchbox sent you. Hey, it's Mayo for Gilbert's 17th Street Grill. You know me, I love family-run places with quality food at fair prices served with passion and pride. And that's why I love Gilbert's. For more than a decade, Lenore, Beth, and Richie Gilbert have been serving up the best burgers, wings, ribs, salads, and desserts. It's a fast casual spot. Everything prepared fresh to order from an immaculate open kitchen. They're at 1821 Cordova Road in Fort Lauderdale in the Cordova Shops just south of 17th Street. Open every day but Sunday. One of my favorite burgers in South Florida. Big, round, juicy pucks of 100% Angus beef, char grilled to perfection. And don't miss the sweet potato fries on the side. They're legendary. Go to Gilbert's, feast, and be happy. Hey, it's Mayo here for Prezzo Italian Restaurants. 2 locations, Boca Raton at Park Place on Military Trail, and Palm Beach Gardens in the PGA Commons on PGA Boulevard. Contemporary Italian cuisine with house-made pastas, wood-fired pizzas, salads, veal, chicken, and of course their famous focaccia bread with oven-roasted garlic bulbs. In Garlic We Trust is their slogan, and you can trust Prezzo for a great experience with gracious service and tremendous value. Open 7 days, featuring brunch, lunch, dinner, and happy hour. Great wine deals and full bar at both locations. For reservations and more information, go to Eat. All right, we're back to wrap up a Delaware Seafood Market Chicken Farm edition of the Lunchbox. We got to thank Gene again for this tremendous
Gene,
spread.
job.
What's your favorite here, Defo?
I don't know that you could take one over the other. I mean, a lot of times when you get a platter of fried food, even at places that specialize in that, they all taste about the same, right?
Yep.
The chicken's the same as the conch fritters, maybe a little bit of a difference. The crab cakes, not very distinguishable, but every single item on there was very distinguished, and
very
unique,
distinct,
and really perfectly done.
Gene knows how to get it
I
done.
had some conch fritters the other day at the Sea Watch. I was there with a friend of mine, and they were good, but people talk about Alabama Jacks. Lights went off.
Yeah, what happened, Lubie? You turned us off? I don't hear anything. I don't know what just happened. What? He's on the phone. I love this. He can't hear anything. All right. If anybody could hear me, just text 3 times. I was going to have some more sponsor notes, but like Casa D'Angelo, the Boca location is having their truffle dinner. What did you do, Lubie? You knocked us off?
No, you're fine. Everything's
We're
fine.
Do you hear you?
Now I do. Yeah.
Now he does.
Everything's fine.
It's hilarious. All right. Casa D'Angelo.
There hasn't been one thing so far
took
today that I've
Defo
done
off.
that
Not
hasn't
me,
had
sir.
some element of surprise in it.
Sorry,
Maybe
turn
we'll
people
find
off,
some
not
art as we walk down the street and get $10 million.
what do you wanna do?
I
A
finished
little
the show
Rembrandt.
this morning. I
All
thought,
right.
wow, this is one of the best ones we've done on this particular program. And right after I come back from my walk, I have a text from the head of the network there. And she says, oh, you were missing your video for the first 4 minutes.
Oh,
that's
geez.
fine.
How is that possible? I'm seeing it. It's fine. So then I had a late scratch on my interview show. I'm scrambling around trying to get a fill in.
You know, it's like the allure of daily journalism and newspaper. Every day is something different, and sometimes you got to put out some fires.
But
And
this
scramble.
hit the spot.
That's good.
Casa D'Angelo.
Casa D'Angelo, the white truffle dinner tonight at Boca location. It continues next Tuesday night at the Aventura, and in between on the 15th, we've got another one at the Fort Lauderdale flagship. Go online to casa-d-angelo.com.
What was that
for
stuff?
information.
I asked Louis about it, but I keep forgetting the name.
The white truffles of
No,
Alba.
not that. The
The
first thing they brought out, which looked like it
oh,
was shaved
crudo,
by
hamachi crudo. Yeah.
Sorvino in the
Yeah.
Goodfellas movie.
Fish, very
with a razor.
slicely,
Yeah, wow.
thinly sliced, fresh fish that
Now,
they
that was a
kind of
delicacy,
marinate.
yeah.
It's beautiful, and that one had the lemon mousse that made it
That was good.
very creative. Oh, and I got to put. Excuse me, before I. Everything is everything's good. House on the River, where we did the show last Wednesday. My God, what a beautiful spot!
Yeah, that place.
And a friend of mine went for the champagne brunch over the weekend.
Nice.
And said it was fantastic. They're booked for those champagne brunches through February, but you can get into House on the River for a regular brunch service or the afternoon teas, which we're going to be checking out
In a couple
soon.
weeks.
Friday and Saturday afternoon. Beautiful. I mean, you'd think you're in Charleston or
Oh
Savannah.
no, you feel like you're in the South, not South Florida. Like it
Right
feels
on the
like
New River,
it's
just below
a really great
Hamachi.
site.
If you go one block south of our friends at Pizza Craft and, of course, the Museum of Science and Discovery in
it's
Fort
right
Lauderdale,
on that water.
you'll find it right there on the river. It's the elegant old house. Steve DePuzzo and Society 8 Hospitality doing a bang-up job with that. So go check that out. And, yeah, we had a great show there, and you'll have a great time. I'm going to go for a little bit of brunch soon. All right, let's get out of here. We're going to skedaddle. And again, for all your holiday party needs and Christmas Eve, Feast of the Seven Fishes, and New Year's Eve, whatever you want, stone crabs, reasonably priced here at Delaware Chicken and Seafood Market. So later on, for Jeff Defo de Forest, Mike Lubie Lubitz, I'm Mike Mayo. Enjoy every conch fritter, every chicken buffalo dip, and enjoy every sandwich.